Hey guys, it's Miss Franklin here with the class recap for Tuesday, October 23rd. Today we are going to talk about what we talked about in class today. So 8th grade, today we are talking about the Gilded Age, and we talked about it's now what's going on today in 2018, like a Gilded Age 2.0. So we started reading the article, Are We Living in the Gilded Age 2.0? And that was by Edward O'Donnell, and this actually came from the History Channel's website. So we talked only about the first page. It gave us a brief background about like mansions that are on sale and how elaborate they are and how there is a lot of inequality going on when it comes to social class. So for homework, I asked you guys to define to identify why fast food workers are not paid as much money as they would like to be, and why don't they get benefits. So there is an answer that I'm looking for that kind of deals with that was never meant to be a permanent job. These were jobs that were meant to be like transitional jobs for high school or teenagers that were trying to make work but didn't necessarily know or have a lot of skills. So these are temporary jobs for people that are in school. They were never meant to sustain a family. So that's kind of what I'm looking for that answer. For your second question, I asked for you to give me a statistic of the increased poverty. So that was for you to look up. So give me some kind of poverty rate within the last 20 years. So compare it 2 years. It could be the 2 years back to back. It could be a 10-year difference, but show me that poverty is actually increasing within the last 20 years. The next one says rising inequality. Give me an example of inequalities that are happening today. One example, or within the last 20 years, one example I gave was how there are lots of white people calling the police on black people for just doing typical everyday things. So that's an inequality. Lastly was the growing concern about corporate influence in politics. So the example that I gave you guys is how the NRA actually funds a lot of campaigns for like senators or people that work for the government in different capacities. So it could be like senators, it could be like people that are in the House of Representatives. They are being funded by the NRA. So they are not going to vote on something that is going to hinder the NRA's mission, because that would be a conflict of interest. So your job is to come up with the statistics and 2 examples for those. Now again, those are on the actual sheet that I gave you. Okay. I think that this is important to you because this is your life. These are your times, and this is what you are experiencing as a youth in our country. So you are seeing firsthand that people are getting richer and richer and the poor are getting poorer and poorer. And this is something that has already happened in America. This is a period of time we're studying. So we're supposed to use history as a stepping stone to kind of live and learn by. But if we keep repeating it, then what is going to happen? So a question I want you to bring to class tomorrow is, how is the Gilded Age kind of repeating itself? How do you think it's happening today? So remember, Gilded Age has to do with the wealthy people getting more wealthy and the poverty stricken numbers kind of increasing. We're getting more and more people that are poor. Immigrants are being treated badly. Working class people are getting treated badly. Nobody's making a lot of money if they're not already super rich. So give me some examples about how that's happening today. If you have a question, just email me, send me a message on Edmodo. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.